This is Celebrity Beyond. I'm Bill from cruisehabit.com, and this video is actually part 2 of a series where we're taking you along on our 7-night Western Caribbean cruise on this beautiful ship. We're in Costa Maya, Mexico right now. That's the second port stop. We were in Nassau back in the first video. Make sure you check that out, as well as some time at sea. And we still have lots more ahead, including Cozumel, Grand Cayman, more time on this awesome ship. So like, subscribe, ring that bell, and take a look at how we're spending our cruise. So we've ended up just deciding to, I think, stay on board since the excursion didn't work out. And I thought, you know, I'm gonna go get some work done. I'll sit in a lounger, maybe in the solarium here, beautiful and serene, or maybe out by the pool, just in a shady spot. And Larissa and I'll sit and I'll get some stuff done. And I have no idea where she went. Found Larissa. She's over at Sunset Bar, which is lovely, but I want to find a little place to do a little bit of editing with a view. And there's just so many cool nooks around on the starboard side of the Sunset Bar. So we're going to check out some of those. Now on the port side, that's where there's a little bit of seating, but it's mostly for rooftop garden grill. But it's over here on the starboard side, all the way aft, that you get these spots. And there's so much seating that it seems like even when I was looking around on the sea day, there's usually places to hang out. And you can walk right down there to go to Ocean View if you want a snack. So let me tell you one of the reasons I am among the luckiest people I know. And that's because I just spent, I don't know, maybe a couple hours editing video and such. The one that you watched maybe right before this, or maybe that you should watch after this. And I'm sitting there, I'm on a cruise, it's a sea day, it's beautiful out, but I'm sitting on a laptop. But, I mean, I'm sitting in a pretty nice place, and there's drink service, so I think it's okay. But now I'm gonna go relax. The Sunset Bar has kind of become our outdoor home base, but I noticed that you can actually get some food over here. There's an upcharge, $8. But they've got a couple cool options. Now, if you don't want any of that, right below us is Ocean View Cafe. And in fact, the section that's right below us is where you can get pizza at not all hours, but very frequently, very often. Norwegian Joy honking the horn a couple times, and they were supposed to leave already. So that makes me think someone is about to find out how inconvenient it is to fly home from Costa Maya. Gotta pay attention to the time, folks. Dinner tonight, or at least dinner number one. We usually eat pretty late, but decided for a 6 o'clock reservation over at Raw and Five's sushi and a raw bar and all sorts of stuff. This is just the display area. We haven't left Costa Maya yet. I actually thought we were supposed to leave by now. Just enjoying dinner. I had some miso soup, and now I'm going to move on to the green roof tuna. We also had some edamame that we got for the table. This is a hamachi dish. I remember this one because of the fresh jalapenos, which I love. And Tracy went for the oysters. This is a strawberry shortcake of sorts, like with yuzu cream or something like that. I do like strawberries. This shortcake is kind of amazing. Texture-wise, flavor-wise, definitely recommend. That was a good meal over at Raw and Five. The one thing I don't like about Raw and Five, and this applies to Fine Cut Steakhouse as well, which is the Onboard steakhouse that's in the same area in the Grand Plaza, is on these Edge class ships, because they put it right at the Grand Plaza and there aren't walls. If you can, I don't know if you can hear the music going on now, but it can be kind of loud when you're having dinner. That's the one downside, but the food was very good. It is a specialty. It's an upcharge restaurant with a la carte pricing. I probably have the menus from either Edge or Apex loaded. We'll put the links below to the menus on the website. If not, I'll have them up in a week. I have a weakness, and that weakness isn't just cruising. It's desserts. I often say that I will have steamed vegetables and legumes for every meal, as long as I can eat an entire chocolate cake at the end of the day. And my favorite place to get dessert on celebrity ships is actually at the coffee shop here at Cafe El Baccio, because they've got a wonderful selection, constantly changing pastries. Complimentary, you just walk up and they'll hand you whatever you'd like. And of course, it's a great place also to get coffee. They have really good tea, and they have some nice places too. If you are a person that ends up working a bit while you're on board, they actually have power outlets in the large tables, which is nice. What do we have here? Looks like our group is definitely hasn't been drinking. I just enjoyed some time in the martini bar. It's in the Grand Plaza. A bunch of people were with, a bunch of our friends dancing, having a nice time there. That was fun, live music. That shut down, had a drink in Eden, but now this is the solarium. Looks weird at night, right? Cool. I don't know how this video looks. I look extremely smurfy. But there's apparently a pool party out here, so we're gonna go and see what that is all about and see if this door opens behind me. There it goes. All right, well, this seems to be a popular event. Not a ton of people, but folks look like they're having a good time. Well, we've done it again. Closed out the club. It's late. Tomorrow we are in Cozumel, Mexico. And so Cozumel, I talk about this in a lot of videos and articles. A lot of folks think that Cozumel is a very touristy place, and it is right off the strip where the cruise ships dock. Let me step into a better light here. Look a little weird. But Coz has a lot to offer. Just if you step back a block, go to the far side of the island, stuff like that. Tomorrow, though, we're only there for, it's a shorter stop than I'd like, and it's very late. But we're gonna get off the ship, and we're gonna enjoy some stuff. Make a stop at the grocery store and prep for what we're doing in Grand Cayman in a couple days. Stay tuned for that. So yeah, morning, we'll have breakfast. We'll go ashore for a while, hang out in Cozumel, and take it from there. Good morning from Cozumel. Got Carnival Deliciosa over there, and Vista, I think Carnival Vista behind her. Not a bad looking day. We just grabbed a quick breakfast from Ocean View Cafe, and importantly coffee, but clearly it hasn't all set in yet. We're going to meet up with some friends and go ashore for just a little bit. I don't know, I'm thinking we might head over to Paradise Beach. You'll find out in just a minute in the video where we head. We just got off the ship, and there are more Carnival ships than I thought over there. There's one hiding. And going to, I think, jump in a cab and go to Paradise Beach, I think. Still playing it fast and loose. It's nice, it's overcast, so I'm not already sunburned just walking from the ship, and so far it doesn't seem too crowded. What do many Caribbean ports, including this one, have in common with IKEA? They make you go through the entire facility to get out. Well, we were gonna go to Paradise Beach, and we got in the cab and they said, I think they're full actually. And I meant to call before I got off the ship. You can actually make reservations for Paradise Beach online over at their website, but I'm not a very good planner. And also, you can only do that if you want to pay for the all-inclusive thing, which is about 60 bucks, something like that a person, whereas we're gonna go a la carte. So we came over here to No Name Bar. This is actually the No Name Beach Club. There's a sports bar, No Name Bar, whatever. And it's a short walk from the other cruise port, from Punta Langosta, where I think it's an NCL ship behind me. This spot is very popular with crew. In fact, probably 80% of the people here are crew. And you can go into the water. It's not a beach, but you can go into the water. It's crystal clear, lovely water, actually. They've got a pool over there by the bar. There's service, food, drinks, and it's a nice place to hang out. There's also a neat feature here that I'll show you in just a minute. So when if you walk over to the building over here, you'll actually, when you're walking in, you'll see it right away. They have all of these name tags here, and that's because the crew, when they come here, they will glue their name tag onto the building, and it wraps all around. So it's just kind of a neat thing to see the different logos, lines you're not familiar with, or that have changed logos over the years. A second, we know some of these folks. Look at that. Got a few folks there. Justin, Teresia. Hey, Teresia. I realized yesterday that it was a special day for a very good friend, Greg. He's behind the camera there. He's hiding. Fantastic. I mean, we're actually celebrating Greg 11 years of sobriety. So we're excited because we're very insensitive friends to celebrate with shots.
This is the only way to do it.
Tequila.
To bubble live.
It's a clean litter.
This dive boat just came back, getting ready to have lunch. Not bad. Glad I don't have to cook it. Turned out to be a pretty nice day. And we're gonna be heading back in just a little bit. Tomorrow we are in Grand Cayman. And I have a hunch that we're gonna get plenty of sun in Grand Cayman, but still, look at the water here. Nice and clear. Back at the cruise port. My hat's crooked. Back at the cruise port. Gonna be heading back in just a moment to our ship, Celebrity Beyond. You know, it's funny with drink packages and everything, and we can talk about, and maybe we'll do another video on it, but Celebrity, a lot of people book fares that include drink packages and things like that. And it's really convenient, can save you money depending on what your plans are. But it makes it so I'm not inclined to, like, other than hanging out at the beach and stuff like that, I'm not inclined to grab drinks anywhere. So I think we're gonna head back on board the ship, might grab a drink, grab a snack, and enjoy the rest of the day. It's still a beautiful day, and it's only 2:40. She is a beautiful ship. Look at that. So that area on the aft with all those windows, those are the windows you see wrapping around in Eden. We were there the other night, and you've got the magic carpet hanging off the side. The magic carpet has all sorts of lights. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Has all sorts of lights, and what's crazy is they'll go at night, and there are dancing lights around the edge of the magic carpet. But you can't really see them if you're on the ship. Like if you have a room right on that track, we had a suite, there's a video tour of that on the channel. Then you can kind of see it reflecting just off the moisture in the air, but generally you can't see all these really cool dancing lights that they have on there unless you're on a different ship. So you give a show to the other ships. Back on board, just they have several security lines going through. This whole destination gateway thing makes it a little more organized and pleasant. Air conditioning. Doesn't feel like you're walking through a clear with stairs or anything. Makes it really, really easy. Gonna drop off our stuff in the room. Maurice is definitely not gonna fall asleep.
I'm awake.
She's very awake.
Very awake.
And then maybe to the pool and a snack. Back on board, I should have changed my glasses, as I realize looking in the camera now. But we're at Ocean View Cafe, and part of it's closed off right now, just because it's a weird time. But we needed some food. But they still have salad, desserts. I think there's some sandwiches over on the other side. All right, well, Ocean View was just shutting down, so I got a Caesar salad there and a dessert. But then I came over to Mass Grill for a veggie burger. If you want a veggie burger, they're happy to accommodate you. They do need about 10 minutes to prepare it, but then you get to eat with a nice view and hanging out. You know who does veggie burgers better though? Poolside burgers in general. Holland America. They do an amazing job, but you know, I'm not gonna complain here. After a snack, feel revitalized. We're setting sail from Cozumel, early sail away. It's 4:05. I think we were supposed to sail a little earlier. They were paging some folks. Got to be at the ship back. Got to be back at the ship in time. So we're over at these infinity pools over at Rooftop. I'll tell you the one downside to the sailing, and this is like this with a lot of holiday sailings. There are a lot of families with kids, relatively speaking, for Celebrity. So the pools are more crowded, stuff like that. It's definitely, from a pool standpoint, the most crowded Celebrity sailing I've been on in a while. But it's all right. Gonna weasel our way in here, cool off a little bit, hang out, enjoy a beautiful sail away as we head toward Grand Cayman. I needed a nap. Well, I didn't actually take a nap. I rested for a little while. I had my eyes partially closed. We're back out and about around the ship now, and taking a walk over to Craft Social, which is, if you've been on Celebrity Edge, that's a casino bar, but on Apex and Beyond, it's like a beer bar slash sports bar. And they also have a small food menu, a la carte, for bar snacks and such. But it's kind of a neat place, overlooks the Grand Plaza here. And it's right next to the casino. However, the walls close off so you don't get like a ton of casino noise. It is worth noting though, if you've not sailed Celebrity before, something you don't have to worry about with this casino here, there is no smoking in casinos on Celebrity cruises. So we're waiting to go to dinner in a couple, but Larissa has conveniently, for timing purposes, just ordered some truffle fries to try out from the Craft Social menu. And yeah, we'll put that in the when we load the menus from the sailing too. For dinner tonight, we've come back into Eden, but we're actually going to the Eden restaurant. This is sort of a flight of stairs below the rest of the lounge and entertainment area. And it's a specialty restaurant. There is an upcharge. You can either do a flat price, which I forget, it's maybe $45, maybe more. Or there's a tasting menu. I've never tried that, but it's with a wine pairing. It's $160 or so. But it's a really interesting experience, unique menu. It's a big menu for a specialty restaurant. If you've gone to Eden Restaurant on Celebrity Edge, know that it's a completely different menu. I actually prefer this menu, though they're both pretty great. We've got the entertainment space, the lounge up there, Eden Lounge, and then it's the restaurant. There's a beautiful kind of stairs and landing. There used to be a little mini stage here because the show originally extended down in here on Edge. You know, every time I go to a restaurant, I think this butter would be better if it was shaped like a quail egg. This is an amuse-bouche that is like a parsnip flan type thing with a cracker. It's actually oddly good. Kind of a neat open kitchen. There's the cooking area behind there. And then they do final plating over here. You can get the Eden signature cocktails down here, just like at the Eden bar. And odd name, I know, but that is a drink called P-E-A.
Here you get the bazaar bowl. The bazaar bowl is with a Greek yogurt, which is strained for 24 hours. It's mixed with a za'atar, topped on with a yellow beets, red beets, almond, cucumber, paprika, and chives, and served with a fresh naan bread. Here you get the amazing crab cake, which is mixed together with mayonnaise, Tabasco, pan-seared at both sides with a panko bread, and served on the side with a thin slice of cucumber, red bell pepper, and you have a chipotle and a Japanese mayo.
Thank you. I realized with my last dish, the bazaar bowl, the naan that it served with was like actually naan. Usually on cruise ships, they say naan and it's very clearly a tortilla that was put on a hot pan. But it was actual naan. The only time that I had actual naan on a ship is on Norwegian Prima. You guys can check out that video because they actually have a tandoori oven in the food hall, which is, or not, nope, I forgot the name. Had to talk with some associates. Indulge Food Hall. You can check out that video. We give you a tour of Norwegian Prima and go over our sailing, which is a lot of fun.
I still got on my flight.
It was Madrid.
Look at the big chunks of crab in that crab cake.
I mean, there's so many.
That was fantastic. They just brought every dish at once, multiple people. That was impressive presentation.
Alright, so here you get the fillet of a grouper fish. It's leans on the endami puree. Also, you have the red pepper, green pepper, topped on with Thai chili, organic herb, and served with curry sauce.
Thank you very much. Every dish is better when you pour the sauce on right before you eat it. I think we can all agree on
I wish
that.
everybody. It's a come on top with the vanilla sponge. Then you have a vanilla gelato with a strawberry and stuffed on with a sugar powder and the lemon zest. And here you get the creme brulee. It's with a butterscotch liquor.
This is the strawberry delight, and well, looks delightful. I'm excited.
You see,
And that's And that's Jay from Jay the Nomad, Shiplife. Subscribe, and then ask why he turns the flashlight on when you're recording. I'm kidding. Got pedophores over there. I look forward to that. I would take just several trays of those. Heading out of Eden, I didn't even mean to do that. That worked out really well. Enjoyed our meal there. We didn't have reservations. Specialty restaurants on Celebrity, like most lines. If you can, make a reservation. But even if it looks like everything's full, you can always give it a shot. We just walked up, and it was a group of 6 of us, and we're still able to be seated. So it worked out nicely. What I haven't done yet is get to Le Voyage, which is a restaurant unique to this vessel in particular. But it's very low capacity, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get in there on the sailing. We'll see. For now, however, I'm going to walk back through this confusing little transition room and gonna go check out a comedy show. I'm about to walk in late to a comedy show, to a seat in the front row where I have met the comic. This is gonna go real well.
Right here, Bill, they're right here. Thanks for showing up on time.
I had a layover.
If you're gonna sit in the front row, you show up on time. Now, most people that come in late subtly sit in the back. Like, oh, I'm late. I'll just tuck in the back. Not Billy. Billy's like, oh, that's what I'm doing. No, man, I'm just gonna sit down front. And you get a video. Okay. That's not stressful, having your camera in my face the whole time. Everybody!
I was hoping you could hold it.
You hoping I can hold it? What, video your sorry face? No.
It is Friday morning. There is Grand Cayman, or Georgetown actually, more properly. And they haven't started tender operations. We see one of the local tenders there. We don't dock here. We need to take a tender, a small boat, over to the island. So we're going to be doing that in just a couple, but first, gonna have some espresso and a couple pastries that I brought over from Cafe Al Baccio. Coffee time. Down my coffee, we are now heading into Destination Gateway to get on a tender. The way that it works, if you are looking to get off the ship, in the first hour or two, let's say, at a tender port, is most lines will tell you to go someplace to get tender tickets. Doesn't cost anything, it just gives you numbers, helps with crowd control. Often, however, if you have a higher loyalty status or if you're in a suite, things like that, then they'll have a separate area you can get right on and skip that whole process. So that's what we're doing. We're on the tender, and there is our ship, beautiful Celebrity Beyond. It's a short ride. Maybe takes 4 or 5 minutes. There are some places like Belize it's much longer, but here it's a very quick ride. Look at that thing. These look like, I think those are small sharks. Not sure. Well, we're over here at just a bar and restaurant on the water, short walk from the tender dock called it's called Rackham's, and just waiting to get picked up for our excursion. We kind of chartered or rented out a whole small boat for diving, snorkeling, and I love that because Grand Cayman, as clear as the water is behind me, when you go out just a little bit over the reefs, it is stunning. So. It's hot. Hopefully the van's here soon. We took a ship, got on a small boat to come to Grand Cayman to take a walk, to go to a bar, to get in a van, to get to a boat. I can't wait for the train. I forgot to turn my mic on here, but this is the boat that we took out to go diving. Pulled right up to the beach, really convenient. Just went for a quick swim, did some snorkeling. A few people are scuba diving. I'm not scuba certified. I need to get prescription goggles so I can actually do that and make it matter. But it was still a lot of fun. Behind me, there's a wreck. Well, it's an artificial reef. It was intentionally sunk, but it's a pretty large vessel. Saw a bunch of fish down there, and water temperature wasn't too bad for deeper water. Now I'm going to have some snacks, and in a little while we're going to go to an area with shallower water, I think closer to the beach, and maybe we'll get to see a little bit more there. Now we're in a shallow area. You can see the beach right behind us. So hopefully I'll be able to see a little bit more here.
Again, I'm just gonna go down. Here comes nothing. Oh my gosh, it feels good though.
Kim was the first one in both times.
Here we go.
The adventurer.
Let's see what happens.
Tracy's naturally buoyant. He doesn't need a floaty.
I'm telling you.
I'll say it.
We just got to our next spot, and this is the wreck of the Oro Verde, green gold. According to what the dive folks have said, there was a vessel that was apparently was running drugs, green gold pot, and the crew found out and they weren't going to get a cut, so they stole the vessel, but they didn't know what to do with it, and they ran it aground over the reef. And it's been in this area tumbling around for about 40 years. So it's only 20 to 40 feet down. We'll see if we can see it snorkeling.
Now, usually.
Justin's going for his first dive of the day.
For a while.
100th dive, and maybe if we drop that flag, you have to go back in 101st.
Yeah, 101. That's going to be the naked dive. 101.
All right, everybody.
We're coming in.
This is all spots.
Someone had a long day of not diving. We're back to the, what's it called, Royal Watler tender port area. There's probably a better name. Royal Watler is the proper name, but it's this area over here. Not very crowded right now. Last tender is about half hour away. We just got a quick bite to eat here over at Snappers, the Bar and Grill. A few times I've sat here and got that last tender back. It's nice since it's right where you board. You don't have to worry about missing the ship. So I'm gonna cash out there. It was such a lovely day getting to dive and stuff. I don't know if we're gonna have underwater footage because I brought my GoPro, but I forgot the extra underwater case, and I didn't want to risk just taking the GoPro, even though it's already waterproof. So I asked my friend Justin, Jay from Shiplife, and Jay the Nomad, follow, links below. I said, hey man, can I use your camera once or twice to get some footage? She said, yeah, I didn't even notice. He also didn't bring the camera, and he took it diving and it shattered. So, I don't know. Maybe you guys just saw some footage of me diving or snorkeling. Maybe you didn't, but had a lovely day either way, and we'll be getting back on board Celebrity Beyond in just a bit and hang out on board. Still a lot of daylight. All right, I believe we are on the last tender back. A photo finish, no risk, we're right there, but a photo finish, maximizing our time in Grand Cayman. There we are. Beyond, all the Edge class are really gorgeous, but Beyond just has so many nice little pluses. I think as we near the end of the cruise, still got a day and a half left, she definitely became a favorite. You know what I need? I need a cookie or something sweet. My quest for sweets up on deck was not successful for a few reasons. Got distracted, ran into some folks, but also did a live video from Sort of Magic Carpet and then the resort deck. Make sure you like us on Facebook if you don't already, and you can check out, get away from that loud for a second, and you can check out that and other live videos. Love when we do lives when we're on a ship. It's a neat way to share the experience. I also had to rush and shower because we're doing something special tonight, and we're going into Le Voyage, which is a brand new specialty restaurant that exists only on Celebrity Beyond. And big thanks to Kim and Craig, our friends, for helping us get in. It's unique, low capacity, so I'm looking forward to checking out what it's like. We'll share some images, but pretty sure this is going to be an awesome experience. Starting off with some Veuve Clicquot. We just placed our order. You have two different types of options. There's a tasting menu, which is 5 courses at $105, or there's another side of the menu with various appetizers and entrees, and that is $75, I believe, per person. We're still debating on wine, but I still got my champagne from the start. This is the DB Cosmo, Daniel Blue, and it's white cranberry juice, Grey Goose vodka, Saint Germain, and a little bit of lime, and they have this beautiful spherical ice cube and pour the drink right over it.
Wow.
You know the restaurant you're at is fancy when there's an amuse-bouche. So this is just a small scallop with some sort of hollandaise sauce, but it's orange. And Kim is pointing out that the dish is warm, so that's how you know it's fancy. So they just brought and explained the bread, and the butter is actually brought in from Normandy, and Kim and Craig say it's amazing butter. Then a very buttery brioche, and this is a sourdough. I had to try both, for science, for research, for you watching this video. That's why you should like, subscribe, ring the bell, because I'm having 2 pieces of bread with what's, I'm sure, going to be an amazing meal.
All right, and so for you is Alaskan king crab salad, a dish influenced from the tropical Caribbean. This one is a mixture of ginger lime vinaigrette, mango, radish charity with avocado puree, finished with meat oil and lime zest.
Thank you. The bread and butter was fantastic, and if I didn't have other stuff coming, I would have got more. This king crab salad thing is out of this world. Imagine if a crab cake was not oily and had wonderful texture and vegetables in there.
And for you, monsieur, look them up. This one is a Mediterranean sea bass, where it's served with a grilled Israeli couscous mixed with saffron and capers. On top, you got carrot puree, finished with and rainbow carrots.
That's a lot of detail.
I would like to say call it chocolate bomb because it has a lot of chocolate and it's for all the chocolate lovers. So it's chocolate financier, and in the middle it has Ethiopian coffee ice cream with these pieces of dark chocolate. And because it's not enough chocolate and never enough chocolate, I have here hot chocolate which I'm gonna pour on the top, trying to make the ice cream melt. We call raspberry and lime pavlova. It's our vegan dessert, and it contains pieces of berries, and also it has a silver, as you can see, and then silver foil, and then it has some vanilla cream, and in the middle it's the raspberry sorbet, which is completely vegan, and it's the most light dessert we have here for, like, if you want to have something light, not that much heavy after dinner. This one is our mille feuillet martini, yes, which is some type of Napoleon, and it has passion fruit inside, and then also mangoes. The traditional sour krish, but made black forest, made a little bit in a different way. So this is the vanilla cream, this is the cake. Sour krish, we have these pieces of dark chocolate and sour cherries, which are soured in a specific way. They are a little bit stayed in rum, which make them very delicious and special. And last but not least is our rice pudding, special recipe by our chef Daniel Bolut. On the bottom, it's cooked in a very specific way. Our chefs know the secret, how it's boiled, the rice. And then on the bottom you can find the caramelized peaches, and on the top you can find these rice crisps, and on the very top is Sicilian pistachio.
That was an experience. That was a good meal. And one of those dining experiences where they just keep bringing extra little things too. But glad we got to experience it. Neat venue, very small, very intimate, very quiet, which is nice. I did remember as we were walking out that when they first talked about that, part of the thing is kind of gimmicky, I guess, because of the name, like Voyage. You were going to enter through one place and exit through another, but that wasn't the case. I would definitely do that again. I will say, if you're a vegetarian, they have an off-menu option, but there's not a huge variety of things. So take a look at the menu. We'll get that posted on the site. But man, that was delicious. Also, at the end, they bring you so many extra little dessert things that were just incredible. So big thanks again to our friends Kim and Craig for helping make that possible. Following that amazing meal, we came into the theater. We caught the last, I don't know, quarter or so of Stage Door, one of the production shows. I'll tell you, I wish I would have caught the full thing because that looked like it was the one that, I don't know, resonated the most with me. Maybe it was just the sparkly costumes. Maybe that's what got me. But neat looking show. I enjoyed that. Then we headed over to the club. Here's a gentleman. He's one of the cast, and he's actually painting. What? Do you mind if I come over and show folks? So you can see he's actually painting a photo from. Was that photo taken in here?
Yes.
During one of the performances?
Sure.
Cool. And what's your name?
Paris.
Paris? Thank you, Paris. Very cool. He's we saw him doing this also in the Grand Plaza. In the club tonight was a show that I had read about, and I didn't realize it was going to be as much of a show. I thought it was going to be more music. I mean, there's music in the show, but it's called the Jazz Joint at the club, and that was with the Eden cast. And generally, it's the Eden cast that does the shows in the club. And they did a pretty cool performance, again with acrobatics and but a lot of dancing. There was a cute storyline. It was basically about like a speakeasy, and then at the end it gets raided. But there's a happy ending after the raid. They get the cop drunk and everyone's happy. I don't know, but it was that was cute. I rather liked that. So I think maybe two of my favorite production shows rather in the same evening. Now I'm going to head back over to the club, maybe just do a lap around the ship, see what's going on, because we don't have to be up early because tomorrow is a sea day. Though, of course, I don't want to miss too much because tomorrow is the final day of our 7-night cruise. I'm looking forward to enjoying every moment of it. Getting a very late start to the day. We're out late last night, but also kind of forgot the whole time changing back thing since we're heading back to Fort Lauderdale. Oops. Here in the Ocean View Cafe, and they're doing I guess a particularly special or interesting last day set of offerings, and I'm just here for the desserts, really. So last night, I don't think I did really any coverage of anything up today because today was a work day of sorts for me. I know it's a rough life, but I was actually working on filming a complete ship tour, so you can see every inch of Celebrity Beyond, and we'll talk about it. So once we have that edited in the coming weeks, we'll have that up. We'll have the links below. Right now, we're walking into Eden just to grab a drink before we have a quick dinner, and I wanted to come here because there's some acoustic music playing, which is nice, but also it's such an amazing space around sunset, and I have not been in here during sunset. On this cruise, at least. Made a quick pit stop over at guest services. There was just a very minor discrepancy. It had to do with which package was applied when Marissa replaced the card. No big deal at all. But as you can see behind me, no one really at guest services right now. No one waiting. Once you get into the evening, though, on the last night, that can happen a lot. So always make sure that anything you need from guest services, you take care of that well in advance. Definitely not morning of disembarkation, because that will be busy. All right, what did I say? I said it can get crazy last night, not last in the short period of time is all of 5 minutes. People lined up. Now we're gonna go grab dinner. I wanted to go to Normandy, the restaurant, not France, because they have a brie pillow that is amazing. We hadn't gone to Normandy yet this sailing, but I think because last night, we're running short on time, I'm just gonna hit Ocean View real quick. However crazy buffet areas are during like a sea day lunch, they tend to be pretty quiet in the evening. So I've just walked into the Grand Plaza, and either there's a silent disco going on or absolute mass hysteria. One of the two. Maybe both actually. If you've never seen a silent disco, which is silent-ish right now, relative to a normal disco, everyone's got headphones on. There are a couple different channels to choose from. You can tell what channel someone's listening to based on the color of their headphones. So some people, I see at least 3 different channels going. Some people are listening to totally different music than others. And it's funny when they start to dance differently, sing differently. And then you'll see a wave of people change the channel because they're going, oh, I like that song based on the way someone's dancing or singing. It's a good time. I also like that I can keep the volume low. The sun low in the sky here at Port Everglades is never a good view. I much prefer it's higher in the sky because it is morning and time to get off the ship. We're out of the room back here in the Grand Plaza, so let's talk disembarkation procedures. Every works a little bit differently, but there are some commonalities among most of them. And here on Celebrity, a couple days before the last night of your cruise, you'll get luggage tags in your room and a sort of a disembarkation schedule. It says, hey, based on the numbers on your luggage tags, here's where you're going to wait until you get off the ship, and here's around when we expect you might be able to get off. And if you need to get different tags, you say, oh, well, I have an earlier flight. That's okay. You can talk to guest services, work that out. I even saw that they might have put something in the app here. I honestly don't pay much attention to it because we live near the port, so it doesn't really matter to me. You have to be out of your room, in this case, by 8 o'clock on this particular sailing, which for me is early. And the areas, the disembarkation lounges, and there are others for loyalty, certain loyalty status, stuff like that, doesn't matter too much. They just don't want a billion people in one place, right? And it helps that if you're in a place based on your number, that when they call that number and say, hey, this tag number is ready, everyone from that area gets off the ship. So they're up to number 40. So a lot of folks can get off. I'm in no rush. So I'm gonna sit and have maybe have coffee and wait to disembark and then pick up our check bag in the terminal. So I managed to not get coffee. I want coffee so badly, but I'm gonna take a nap when I get home. Pastries though, got a carb load. Don't know when I might be doing a marathon. Thank you for watching. We've got a lot of other Celebrity Edge series content, including ship tours, cabin tours, the part 1 vlog if you haven't seen that yet. So please check the links below for videos to that and so much more. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you want to see additional content from us. And as I said, there's so much more. If you want to sail with us, maybe on a group cruise like this one was, or any other voyage, head over to cruisehabit.com/join us. Now, I invite you to watch this video over here, or maybe here, of the Celebrity retreat experience on Celebrity Edge series ships. Thanks. Look forward to talking ship with you again real soon.